following training is sponsored by the Niagara Library System. We serve our member libraries in Niagara, Orleans, and Genesee counties. Please visit your local library homepage and use your library card to get access to streaming videos, downloadable music, audiobooks, ebooks, and even more from the comfort of your own home. Thank you. Hello. Here we are again, talking about Zoom and video conferencing, and this time we're going to talk about actually hosting meetings if you're interested. Now, this does involve signing up for an account, and it's a little more work, but if you've attended a few meetings and then you've wondered how to host, that's what we're going to cover today. So it is a free service, and I do want to stress right now, they do not ask for credit card information, okay? So if you are going about your business, you get an email notification, and it seems like it's something legitimate, but you know it's not, that's a phishing scam. Zoom does not ask for credit card information. Okay, unless you want to buy their premium plans. They have free plans, and if that doesn't, the free plan doesn't fit your needs, then you would sign up actively. They do not ever email you and ask you for a credit card. You would go actively to the site and put that information in. So I just want to be clear about that up front. I covered in Tuesday's video from Mr. Kondrat Nagu, and I'm probably butchering his name, so I apologize totally for that. But he had a wonderful article from the Digital Citizen website on 6 ways to join a Zoom meeting. You must know its ID and password, which you can get from the person who hosts it, and that's going to be you in this video. The host of a Zoom meeting can send you the ID and password via numerous means, including but not limited to email, chat, messages, and that includes voicemail because Zoom always has a call-in feature for phones. So regardless of how you get the invitation or how the host sends the invitation, you should either have a link to the Zoom meeting or the meeting ID and the password. Now remember, at a minimum, if you're using a desktop style computer, you do need at least speakers so you can hear the meeting. And if you want to participate, having a web camera and a microphone is the general preferred way. You can always turn off your video within the meeting. If you're wondering why you can't talk, and I've heard stories of people wondering, they're watching meetings and then they're wondering why they can't be heard, they don't have a microphone. It happens to the best of us. That's okay, all right? But make sure that you have those connected to your computer before you get everything started. And that's the last I'll talk about from Tuesday's video. So there was a few more things on the screen, but certainly if you'd like to see the rest, I'll link that in the description. I took the following screenshots from Anthony English's YouTube site, and his channel is called Tech Tips for Working at Home, and he's from Australia, but he did a really great video on how to sign up for a free Zoom account. So I'm going to go over some of the information that he covers, and it is correct, and we'll go from there. So you can certainly watch his video. I will link it, and or subscribe to his channel. So okay, so if you've attended some meetings and you are now asked or you would like to host one, it's pretty easy. First of all, though, you'll need to sign up for a Zoom account. That is free. You do need an email to sign up for a Zoom account, but if you've been attending meetings, you might have gotten an email already, so that's good. So make sure you have access to your email. And then we'll go through scheduling your first meeting. So this is the Zoom pricing plan, and this is, again, the free option, and this is in the United States. You can host up to 100 participants. There is a 40-minute maximum for group meetings, and then there is unlimited one-on-one meetings, which is great for family members, friends, whatnot. You don't have to use Zoom just for work. But do go to zoom.us, and again, I'll have these links in the description below. Click the orange sign up button right over here in the upper, it'll be in the upper right-hand corner of the website. And it does say right there, sign up, it's free. That's literally right from the website. They do ask you for your date of birth. Now, you do have to put this in the form. It will not continue without it. I just have to mention here, remember, if you lie, you must remember your lies. I was quite curious as to how or why they were asking, for the date of birth. And the Zoom's privacy statement does say specifically, Zoom does not knowingly allow children under the age of 16 to sign up for their own accounts. Primary and secondary schools or districts register to use Zoom's video communications platform through a K through 12 primary and secondary account. They don't let people under 16 knowingly sign up for an account. That's why they ask for your date of birth. I would recommend putting it in the form truthfully, because if you lie about something, you have to remember it. But that was their reasoning. They don't allow anyone under 16 to have an account. Once you fill that in, you go to the next screen. Zoom will ask you for an email address, and they send you an email verifying that it's you that actually would like to activate a new Zoom account. As we pointed out earlier, they never ask for credit card number, so they do not ask for any of that. You will get an email, and part of the email will look like this. It says, welcome to Zoom. To activate your account, you can click the big blue button that says activate account, or you can paste, there's a big long link. I cut it off, but you can paste the link into the browser and go there and create your Zoom account. And this is where Anthony English was great. He was actually walking through these screens, so I can show you here. You need to answer all of the questions on the following screens, and here's where he started putting in his first name, his last name, and then you're going to create a Zoom password, and then you're going to confirm your Zoom password. Oh, and I didn't notice, I'm sorry. First of all, you do have to say, are you signing up on behalf of a school? And you must answer yes or no to that. And until you answer that, you won't be in the welcome screen. Of course, we're all no, this is just for our use. So we would say no, and then we'd do the welcome to Zoom, putting in our first name, last name, and creating a Zoom password. You will be asked immediately then to invite others. I generally don't do this, and usually at the very bottom of the screen, there's a thing that says skip this step. So I go ahead and click that right away. They will also prompt you then immediately to start a test meeting so that you know that your account is working, and this pops up right on the screen. So once you say skip this step, it doesn't hold that against you. You'll start your test meeting. And what you'll do is if you click the little orange Start Meeting Now button, you'll actually see yourself on the screen. You'll see the Zoom controls on the outside, and you'll be able to see where you can share your screen, where you can turn on your audio and your video. You'll actually be able to click and turn your video off, so you'll see all of those controls right on the screen before you ever even try and host a meeting, which is really nice. So having a tester is fantastic, and to this day, even after I have hosted several Zoom meetings, I still like to have a test meeting, usually between one of my colleagues. I'll ask, they might just be in the one office over, and I'll say, hey, do you have a second to 5 minutes to do a Zoom meeting with me? And they'll laugh at me, and then we do a Zoom meeting in the building, and then we go on from there. It helps with my nerves, I find. If you do find that you're hosting a lot of meetings, there is an easy way to schedule them. Zoom has a handy extension that you can install on your screen, on your computer. And an extension is, as I've got here, a small computer program that works with other programs on your computer to complete a specific task. It's like a shortcut. Be careful if you do choose to install extensions. Some are just extra junk that you don't need. If you're not sure, just don't install it. I only mention it here not because I don't even have the extension on my Chrome or on the desktop through Microsoft Outlook here. I don't host enough to have that extension. It's easy enough just to log into my Zoom account and schedule a meeting. To schedule a meeting, you would actually go to zoom.us, assuming now that you've logged out of it, you've gone off, you've done your work, and maybe it's a new day, something else happens, you come back in and you're like, oh, we need to have a meeting. Great, okay, so we can schedule a meeting. What you would do as a host is you would go into your zoom.us on your computer, and you would log into your account. Once you log into your account, This is actually part of the screen that you will see on your screen. And on the left-hand side, there are different navigation areas. It includes profile, meetings, webinars, recordings, settings, account profile, and reports. You would click on meetings, and as soon as you click on meetings, you can see it's got upcoming, previous, personal rooms, meeting templates. Right over here is where we go to schedule a meeting. As soon as we go to schedule a meeting, we are going to get a form, and you'll have the topic, a description, the date and time, the duration, 1 hour, 2 hours, however long you think it's going to go. Remember, if you have a free account, your time limit is stuck at 40 minutes, 40. You pick your time zone. If it's a recurring meeting, the meeting ID will generate automatically, and a passcode will also generate automatically. Now, the meeting ID and passcode are really important for anyone who is going to use a phone, a regular phone, and it could be, actually, let me just pick this one up. It could be a regular, look at that cord that I got on mine. Could be a regular phone. People will need the call-in numbers, which I will show you. They will need the meeting ID right here and the meeting passcode to get into your meeting. You can choose to have a waiting room or not. I personally like going into waiting rooms because it seems like I'm always 5 minutes early or 5 minutes late to meetings. If I'm 5 minutes early, I can actually just sit in the waiting room, and then when I start hearing talking, I go, oh, because I'm doing other things, then the meeting has started, so then I know. So I personally like a waiting room. Some people will like to actually uncheck that and have people just join the meeting immediately when they enter the meeting. The video for the host, you can turn yourself your own video on or off, and you can turn participant video on or off immediately upon entering the meeting. You can allow only telephone, only computer, audio, or both. Now, these right here, I'm going to tell you, these little blue dots, these are the default settings. I wouldn't touch this at all. So as the host, your video is on. As the participant, their video is off. A participant can then choose to turn on their video if they like. That's great. And the audio allows for both telephone call-in and computer. So that's the most flexible. And you would finally go ahead and save. So you'd answer any other questions and you'd want to save it. As soon as you save it, the meeting will be what's called scheduled, and the important part is then the invitation. Use the link provided and Zoom will create an entire email for you so that you may invite your participants. So there's an invite link here. You can just copy the invite link. What I recommend to you is to go over to the right and copy the whole invitation. And if you choose to copy the meeting invitation, Zoom can create an entire email for you that is copied to your clipboard, and it will say literally on the screen, invitation copied to clipboard. When you click this blue confirm your copy meeting invitation, once you have the meeting invitation copied, you go to your email, you compose a new one, and you paste the entire invitation into that new email. You would send it to all of your invitees and you're all set. So what I did here was I had copied the meeting invitation. I went into my email and I right-clicked and I went down to paste, and once I pasted, it would paste the entire meeting invitation, and all I'd have to do is fill out where the recipients are and the subject line of the email, and then I would send it out. Remember, here's where this is all part of the meeting invitation here. If you have telephone participants, even if you're not sure, it's great. It's so inclusive to have all of this on the entire invitation that you send out to everybody. But you have to remember, of course, if you have telephone participants, they may not pick up something through email. You would know, it would kind of depend, but you can certainly call them and tell them the call-in information. It is automatically included in the Zoom invitation, so you will be sending it out to everybody, but you can dial by your location, so you can pick New York, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Tacoma, Washington, Houston, San Jose. They have all different numbers for that. Importantly, again, they have the unique meeting ID and the unique passcode for that meeting. So when a person dials in, they'll be prompted to put in the meeting ID, and when they do that, then they're prompted for the passcode, and then they can certainly hear everything that people are saying in the meeting, and they're free to participate vocally, of course, in the meeting. They simply won't have any video, so just remember that. That's it. Good luck, and I hope this was helpful. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.